You are listening to the Ranges Podcast.
We are back in the United States. We are back home from Dunk Festival and playing in Europe. And then this was kind of when we had started to think about the band as a bigger project, as we kind of alluded to before starting the Ascensionist. And so with that came the cassette series, and it was called The Path of the Ascensionist. The idea of this was to keep putting out albums, but in between albums, stay busy. Keep doing stuff because we can't tour. We don't want to tour extensively. It's just not at all what made sense to us. And so my idea was to just keep putting music out that we could use both as keeping our creative juices flowing and giving us more placeable content for licensing should that become a thing.
Right.
We started this cassette series that was, if you do go to our website, you can now you can read through kind of what the Path of the Ascensionist is all about. But essentially, it was a 10 cassette series that spanned both the Ascensionist and Babel, and just kind of took the hero's journey. If you don't know what it is, look it up. But took the concept of the hero's journey and applied it to the Ascensionist. The Ascensionist was essentially a character we created who went on the hero's journey. And so the music video of the Ascensionist is related to the hero's journey loosely, and it also ties into Babel. I mean, there's a lot of concept in there that is probably too challenging for me to try to articulate right now, but we try to document all that on the website. So if you don't know, go check it out and you can kind of get a bit of what that's all about.
Rangesmusic.com.
Thank you. Yeah. And then tied to these cassettes, we also started to introduce our own currency, which was another crazy idea. I don't remember how I came up with it or how we came up with it, but
that was you guys.
Like,
you told me there's new money.
Yeah. And you probably gave us a look of uncertainty.
Cool.
Yeah. But the idea was to just try to create a whole nother realm that Ranges can operate on that is different than the normal band Ranges. So Ranges, the band, exists. You can listen to it on Spotify. And then below that is a whole different realm of Ranges. And so having these cassettes go out that are not promoted at all, we just drop them. And people actually jumped on it and bought them like crazy. They all sold out, which was really cool. And then with these cassettes came maps. So they were screen printed maps, and you had to decode the map then to get to a website that was called Gods of the Marketplace, where you could get unique Ranges merch. And the only way you could buy the merch was with an Æterno, which was our coin. So you had to mail in an Æterno to the band, and then the band would mail you back your merchandise that you bought with your Æterno. So it was trying to just figure out a new way to sell merch without credit cards or debit cards or online transactions. And so these maps, for those of you who bought a cassette, you'll understand what these look like. And when you go on rangesmusic.com and you look at this, when you find it on there, you'll see how this works. But the cassette boxes that we package them in, when you unfold them, they've got a little hole in them that helps the whole thing fit together. So one day we were printing a huge print order, and it must have been the fumes, but I was looking at these things and was like, that looks like a decoder, because if you lay it out and like you point it a certain way, that little hole where the cassette flap comes around on itself to hold itself together, it like you can see through it. So if you can build a map then that you put the decoder on and you line it up a certain way, it'll give you a password that then will help you unlock the whole thing. So it was this really extensive idea that had totally made sense in my brain, and for us to like put it together and get it to work was pretty awesome. A handful of people figured it out and were able to decode these maps across 10 different cassettes and then mail in a coin to us to then get a test pressing or a one-off shirt or whatever we had up for sale. It was so cool. And we really didn't promote it or explain it in any way. People just had to figure it out, and people did.
Which is amazing to me, because to me, I felt like we were just offering a Dungeons and Dragons,
right?
For post-rock fans.
Yeah, it was really reassuring to see people figure it out And then over time, this whole concept kind of faded out a little bit. It just became, not everybody was really on board with it as far as the concept goes. And I think our focus kind of shifted a little bit for whatever reason. But now, moving into 2025, those of you listening know that this is all coming back, as we've put out a calendar for sale for the new year. And calendar is something that came in the Babel era that tied into the gods of the marketplace and the Æterno and all of it. So it's really exciting to be talking about that now and knowing that we're going to start bringing that back because it's such a cool thing. So yeah, check out the website, rangesmusic.com. There's been some revamp on a new section there that we're going to start rolling out in the next few months. I don't remember how this all started, but Bonhoeffer, we had done some work with them. And so that was kind of where the seed was planted, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was before they had the dance company going. They started the dance company in 2017. Well, they had ideas for a performance to do a full live show, and they wanted to do a mix of contemporary with a classical ballet. So they were going to do Vivaldi for the classical part of the show, and then wanted to do something modern. So it was their thought to do the Ascensionist in its entirety.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had different members pick songs that they wanted to choreograph to, and then wanted to do it live with us playing the album.
Right.
At the LM Theater
Right.
here in Bozeman. That summer, I think we started to kind of sit in on some of their rehearsals.
Yeah, we had a few meetings with them too, just to kind of get on the same page as
Right.
far as like what we wanted it to look like and what they wanted it to look like. And it was really, really collaborative.
Yeah.
It was great because it's like I was all for it. And I just wanted to make sure that it came across as a Ranges show, like with our lights and the way in which
Right.
we play loud in your face. Like,
Right.
it has to have that experience too. And they were all for it. And they choreographed dance, and then I had put together a whole light show that was kind of bigger than what we usually do.
Right.
To just kind of accent the whole thing. I don't remember much in between preparing for it other than designing the lights. We had played most of the songs, so we were kind of ready to go. I do remember the dress rehearsal.
The night before.
And that, yeah, we'd set everything up, I think, the night before.
Yeah.
And that was the first time like seeing what it was going to look like.
Right.
It was sweet.
Yeah.
And we had our fog machines. I was pushing the limits on those. Like, we need as much fog as we can because these lights only look good when you got the fog going. And did we set the fire alarm off that night? I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we set the fire alarm off that night. So we kind of knew where we were at. And do you remember who the director, the girl that was running the whole thing? She was awesome. She was really helpful.
The stage manager?
Yeah, I guess the stage manager.
No,
Yeah.
I don't recall.
I don't remember her name, but she was great because like she understood, what I wanted to look like and was good with helping get it there. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see it and have everybody kind of get it exactly where they want it to be. And we had a film crew come and shoot video of all of it. So there is video of the whole performance, I believe.
There is.
Yeah, I know there's a music video and then a whole performance too.
The whole performance, Ranges in Motion, is on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it looks awesome. And we'd done a lot of fog in the dress rehearsal. And so I think the machines were like half full. And so I asked if they had fog juice that I could put in the machines. I was like, oh yeah, we've got some here. And I was kind of a novice to fog machines at the time and didn't realize the different types of fog you can pump out. And so I just fill them up with whatever they had, thinking nothing of it. And so we come back the next day for it must have been the matinee show. And so the fog machine that I have it's programmed, like you can run it with DMX. And so it just will automatically kick on through different intervals throughout the set. So I had set up just perfect to put out just enough fog with the juice that I was used to. And so I put the Ellen juice in the machines, and it's far more dense.
Oh.
So we're playing the matinee show, and the fog machine kicks on, and it's just thick clouds. And I'm thinking like, oh man, yeah, this looks awesome. Like, this is great because this is what I wanted it to look like. And I don't remember how we got the message, but clearly the fog that we were using now was not like, this was too much, and we were going to set the fire alarms off. And so somebody came down and told us, I think they must have told you, like, we got to cut the fog. And so you're trying to tell me we got to cut the fog. And I'm like, well, I'm like playing a part. And like Jared's over there trying to figure out how to turn the fog machine off. And there's just this moment of panic. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember that? Oh my
God.
You were freaking out. Jared was freaking out. And I'm trying to play the thing and like trying to say, just turn it off. There's the off button on the back, and Jared's falling over things trying to find the off button. He finally gets it turned off, and no fire alarm goes off. But
no,
oh, that was something. So I don't remember what we did for the late show. If we switched the fog back, if I went and got the stuff that I usually use, or what. But thankfully, we didn't cause any problems with it. That was pretty funny.
You remember that the bathrooms overflowed
Oh,
and had
yeah.
to be closed down, and
Yeah.
they needed a Buffalo restoration.
Right.
Do an emergency call out back
Between the shows, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it was kind of like during the late show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. That went over really well. It was a really cool show.
Absolutely.
It was a cool one-off kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I remember it was pretty high stress. Just the amount of things that could go wrong that didn't go wrong.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much tickets were, but they probably weren't too cheap.
No.
So you don't want to screw that up. And,
No.
we get off, the dancers get off. Like, it's just could be bad, but it looked really cool. It was really well done.
Well, we did it. Everyone stepped up.
Yep.
Got it done.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, subscribe to the Ranges Patreon to hear more episodes.